These are the lawbreakers walking without their leader.
We are bad boys and girls. Yes, we are.
That's an insect gall. Curled up in some sort of bug inside. Goat's beard. Yeah, you can see why it's named that. And here's a little bit below. And it even makes a sound I hear. Bah, bah. Glorious maidenhair fern. Ah, love it. Wild hydrangea. No color yet, except maybe. Is this color or just the beginning? Porter's Creek, a little low. Butterflies fluttering around. Birds are happy. Slow pokes, finally making it. We haven't waited for our leader, as you can tell. I know. So, leader, what can you tell us about this place?
What's that?
What can you tell us about this place?
All kinds of great stories. All you have to do is listen while we're walking along.
Okay, I'll be there.
That was part of the deal.
My wife,
Yeah.
my wife's dad was born back in this section right here. Lew Ownby was his name. The Ownbys lived up in here, and the Whaleys on down the valley. Hey, but there's a few Whaleys here, and there's a few Ownbys down
A few Whalers, because I even saw a cemetery.
there. But we went by the Ownby Cemetery yet.
No,
It's
we're
not
not
on
there
it.
yet.
Oh, that's the one you climb up the little rock?
Yeah. And it's really in bad shape. It's washed.
Yeah. John Ownby, I think, was the first Ownby in this area, so he might be kin to the one you
My
mentioned.
wife's dad was John Wesley Ownby, and that was his grandfather.
That was his grandfather.
Yeah. And she got a brother that's named John Wesley after him, you know, which they keep it in the name, goes down the family, you know.
I'll be. Do you know one of your kin called Lew Ownby?
Lew Ownby?
Uh-huh. And he used to live in Boogertown,
Yeah.
and then he started taking care of Hunter Hills Theater
Yeah.
out the road.
Yeah, I knew Lew Ownby. And
Good man.
there's a house. I live on Husky's Grove.
Uh-huh.
Do you know where Husky's Grove is at?
I know the name. I can't quite
when
place it.
When you're coming up to Gatlin, or coming back from Gatlinburg, going to Pigeon Forge, and you go through the tunnel. As soon as you come through the tunnel, there's an underpass there, right kind of under the end of the tunnel.
That's where it is.
And
Okay.
That's Husky's Grove back in there.
Okay.
It goes back and hooks back towards Gatlinburg, and I'm back there.
And that's where you were.
Huh.
That's where you
That's why
raised.
well, I was born down there right on the spur
Uh-huh.
before the new roads were built years ago. And my dad, at the end of World War II, he cashed his war bonds and bought 114 acres back there for $2,500 on the mountain back there.
Oh my, good for him.
That's where I was raised at.
Uh-huh. And what's your name?
Walt McFalls.
Walt. And what's your name?
My name is Gaye Noe.
Gaye Noe. And who are you?
I'm in the Witness Protection Program.
You ain't saying.
My great-grandfather he was a bootlegger.
Oh. right, keep walking. I'll try to keep
Okay.
up. So how'd you get to name yourself?
Well, I was born at home,
Uh-huh.
and the doctor came out, and my mom and dad were arguing about what to name me, so the doctor just put Baby Boy McFalls on the birth certificate. And when I was getting on up, probably 50, my oldest sister called me, and she said, "You're going to be old enough to draw your Social Security." She said, "You're going to have a hard time because on your birth certificate, you're Baby Boy McFalls." So she got the paperwork from the state and sent it to me, and I filled it out.
Uh-huh.
She said, "We'll have to get this in before Mom dies because she has to sign
To
it."
verify, yeah.
So I named myself after both of my grandpas, Walter Burton.
Oh, all right.
Until you were 50.
So,
How did you get in the service?
They called you B
Yeah.
for a long time,
Yeah.
and
when you
for
signed up
baby boy.
Well, I guess I signed up for, I don't know,
You don't know
20-something years.
the safe deposit box.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I found the old birth certificate, and my new one too was in there.
Mac is going to be the star of this movie.
Now, how about your mom and your dad? What were their names?
My dad's name was Edward McFalls. He was born over on Cold Mountain,
Uh-huh.
and section, that's the new section of the park. That, it's off of the spur. And my mama was born on the Big Ridge. My grandpa had an apple orchard up by him and his brother.
What kind of apples did he grow? All
Well, a
kinds.
lot of the old varieties he grew, they don't have anymore, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of them are still around. But,
Oh, look at here.
and
This is my favorite spot. I love this. Your dad worked with the timber company?
Little River.
Little River.
Yeah.
that helped Mom.
My dad hired in, he said his first job was working on a skidder. They said they'd bring a ton of logs in, it wasn't good for lumber.
Yeah.
And they'd saw them up, and so they'd go in they could burn them, and they'd saw logs and throw it in the skidder all day. He said his second job was where the logs were piled up was getting up on the log pile and unhooking those logs. Said they'd bring in 12 or 15 at a time, and he said that was the most dangerous job.
Yeah. You get killed.
Imagine.
He said he made 25 cents an hour, and he worked a 6-day week,
Oh,
and they'd work 10 hours if the
wow.
weather was good.
How much was a loaf of bread?
Huh?
How much was a loaf of bread back then?
Oh, I don't know. They
Probably made
eat
their own.
cornbread. They didn't.
Yeah.
But he said he went to the woods pulling the crosscut saw, and it was a lot easier. And he said that from the camp where they were staying, and he said they'd walked about 4 miles to where they worked. And they worked 10 hours and then walked back to the camp.
Oh,
He said he'd go to bed and get up about 4 o'clock in the morning and go again.
Tough gig, man.
Was he in one of those things they call a string town?
My wife's dad, he was married and he had 3 kids, and they lived in one of those set-off houses, what you call a string town.
Yeah.
And but my wife wasn't born at the time.
I see.
She was one of the younger kids. She had 11 kids.
Uh-huh.
She was one of the. Well, she was next to the youngest one of the 11.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, I wanted to ask you earlier what your dad did for a living. Now we know he was a lumberman at least part of the time.
yeah, he cut timber, and then later years he cut timber, and I helped log when I was probably 13 or 14 years old.
About what year?
19 in the probably 54, 55,
Uh-huh.
somewhere along there. And I logged, and I had a brother who got killed. The log got on him.
So you were logging after the park came in?
Not. I was working. He would contract. First real estate. He was down at Pigeon Forge.
Oh.
He would buy a tract of land and he'd sell the timber. He'd cut the timber and the pulpwood, and they bought mixed wood too. And the train came to Sevierville, and he would cut the timber, and the guy would. Richard Barnes was first real estate manager, and that's.
I recognize that name.
He worked with him, and he cut the timber, and Pritchard would make enough on it to probably get more than he paid for the land, and he'd still have the land paid. And they Bowaters, the trains still come to Sevierville, and that's where, and the saw logs went up on Walden's Creek. Charlie McMahon had a sawmill up there.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big sawmill, and then the Blaylocks, who are the construction people now, their ancestors, that's where they started with a sawmill, big sawmill. And they bought, when the equipment come along, they bought the equipment and they started doing some work building roads for the people who live back there in the mountains, and then it developed into what it is today.
Mm-hmm. So what was your dad's name?
Edward McFalls.
And what was your mother's name?
Leila, she was Leila McFalls.
And she outlasted
She was
him.
a layman.
A layman.
And my grandpa, he had a farm up, we call it the Big Ridge. It's kind of where Sky Harbor's at now. And his brother had one next to him, and they had a big apple orchard. And that was, he said he'd give a pig and a cow and $60 for it.
A pig, a cow, and $60?
and they would, in the fall, they'd haul apples to what Market Square, same Market Square that's there now, with a team of mules. And he said they're going down, they'd have to camp. And he said coming back with an empty wagon, they could come all the way through.
Uh-huh.
They'd make it all the way back.
Yeah.
But he said there wasn't nobody to bother you going down there. But when you come back, he said that one of them would have a shotgun under the blanket. It'd be in the fall and have a blanket over their leg. And the other one would be driving the mules.
Uh-huh.
And he said they'd rob you if they didn't know you had money coming back from market.
Uh-huh.
When you're coming back, they need
Yeah.
money.
Well, Wiley Oakley has a story of going to Knoxville with his dad, and they, when they came to a high hill or ridge, they'd have to park the wagon, unload the goods, take them up to the top, then drive the wagon up, reload it, and then go on to Knoxville.
Yeah.
A little bit different than these days. Well, these people are getting restless. Let's hit the road. And there's a rock wall up there.
Yeah, the only thing that's left, and this is beautiful right here, but there's just a rock wall that kind of winds around in there, and then it goes to another home site, and I can't remember who lived up there.
Who is my historian here?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Sherry Jardina.
Sherry, and that's your husband?
And Eric.
All right, thanks for your information.
We learned everything from Ed Fleming.
He's a good one.
It's a gay tree.
Oh, is that what it's called? A gay or a bay tree?
Gaye.
Ah,
My name is Gaye.
I got you.
G-A-Y-E.
Named after you.
And they're named after me. It's a gay tree.
Wonderful. Do I hear woodpeckers up there? I think it's wood hammerers. They are reconstructing, refurbishing the Messer barn, the cantilever barn. Continuation of the 65 story.
In 1965, I was a Girl Scout and got to go to a golden opportunity. They took 15 of us out and let us out at Davenport Gap to spend the night. We hiked for 3 days, staying in shelters along the way, and then came back out. We had to carry all of our food. There wasn't, you could drink the water out of the creek. It was all safe, so we didn't have to do that. So that's how I learned to hike and come to the Smokies.
Safe even in 65. Well, in the upper elevations probably, or even lower.
Oh yeah, there wasn't even 12 people in the shelter, and there was this man that happened to be there the first night we were there, and he was at every shelter as we went along. He just happened to be hiking along.
Maybe he was hoping you had some money, he could rob you.
He was drinking brandy, and I said, "Mister, whatever your name, instant brandy," because everything we had was instant. They thought I didn't know, and I was making a joke. Instant brandy. All right, I think we better turn around and go back because.
Oh, we're not going to see the other place?
Go to the cabin. You want to go to the cabin?
The Messer barn. Because he bought the property later. But I think it was built by perhaps the Whaleys. Does anybody know if that's true or not? Smile, you're on candid camera. How long do you think it'll take before it's reconstructed?
Before what?
Before it's reconstructed.
Oh, before we finish?
Yeah.
A couple weeks.
A couple weeks, not all. How long you been working on it?
About a month.
About a month. Well, it's coming along really good.
Well, thank you.
Good to see all this new fresh wood and new life for the Messer barn.
Right.
What is it?
Spring house.
Spring house, where they kept their goods cool.
Yep, they still got some water coming in.
Yeah, there's a little flow of water. So I'm assuming the goods were placed up on the rocks, but I'm not sure. Anybody know? And this is what came to be known as the hiker's cabin. And my understanding is that this construction is actually the combination of two different cabins, and I am assuming that the Hikers Club is the one that was a part of doing that. Well, just when you wanted some information, here's a sign. Smoky Mountain Hiking Club Cabin, built 1934 to 1936. And one of several millstones here, and then one up on the hill. And I understand that in back of the house, about as far as from here to the Messer barn, is the outhouse. Still functional, but I think I'll just hold it till I get back.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Back then they
Yeah.
just used mud.
I honestly don't know. Yeah.
We'll have to ask Mr. Ed.
Or Walt probably knows. Yeah, it looks like right here. Well, they put that's where the chimney is.
So, the mutual chimney had a fireplace on each side, and this is the side on the left as you're facing it. And over on the sides are these places to bed down. And a nice long table for eating or sleeping, who knows? A shuttered window, no glass, and a back door with a trail that leads to the outhouse. The hinges are the old wooden type. Creak. And here's the chimney on the other side. Places to bed down. Camping or overnight use in this building is prohibited. But there's that back door and that trail to the relief station. And this is the shuttered window on this side where you can see the hinge construction a little better. And I guess I better hit the road. But before I do, here's the ladder up to the loft. Back at the Messer barn. And this is the new version of the old notched logs, if that's the right term. Looks like they're doing a good job of it. Video is more important right now than eating. Hetty T. Arton. That's a name I don't see too often up here. (1908 or 3, I can't quite tell. This is an Ownby Cemetery marker. Joel. (1836 to 1909). And his wife, Elizabeth Clark, 1849 to 1904. Ownbys, I don't know if he's related to the original Ownbys who settled here. So this was probably the original slab erected and then updated in 1987 by family members. Now, David Prophet. And on top are stones. Memorial stones, I assume, is the idea. Or maybe family stones, placed up there in remembrance. David Prophet, 1846 to 1909. And Ownby over here.
Somebody's come out and this flag's right in the ground there.
Yeah.
Somebody's paying attention.
I think Decoration Day and Memorial Day along that time are a period set aside for that.
Yeah.
And people actually go out and put flags and all in remembrance. So yes.
I suspect, do you know how many little cemeteries like this there might be?
I do not. I wish I knew. If you find out, let me know.
You know there's many, because this is, I mean.
Well, a lot of people live in this area, so I'm assuming there are multiple cemeteries.
Yeah.
In fact, if you go, when you're leaving, there's a log bridge that you can cross.
Uh-huh.
If you go across that bridge and go up the hill to the right is the Clemens Cemetery.
Oh.
And there are lots of graves up there. Whaley's is one of the prominent names there. They were
in the area, Whaley.
Yes.
You better do that again, Owen.
You know where it is. Yeah. That's good.
Okay. I got a picture. There's somebody.
And this is the water that flows under the bridge. I don't know if a troll lives under there or not. And here's the bridge. If these walls and these steps could talk, what would they tell us? Don't trip.